You know that moment when you're getting ready to go out and you catch your reflection and think, do I really want to do this? And then your phone lights up with a message like, hey, we're pushing it to next week. And suddenly you feel it, that warm little wave of relief. Your shoulders drop, your brain goes quiet, your soul whispers, yes, home. And you're not even being dramatic. Home just feels better. The lighting is right. The snacks are safe. The bathroom is yours. You can breathe. If you've ever canceled plans and felt happier, calmer, or more like yourself, this video is for you. Because loving to stay at home isn't automatically antisocial, broken, or wasting your life. A lot of the time, it's psychology. Society often treats staying home like a personality flaw. If you don't want to go out, people joke that you're boring, grandma-coded, or in your villain era. And if you do go out, you're living your best life. But psychology doesn't rank lifestyles like that. Psychology asks different questions. Where do you feel regulated? What drains you? What restores you? What environments help your nervous system feel safe? In other words, staying home might not be avoidable. It might be self-knowledge. Let's talk about introversion and extroversion because people misunderstand it constantly. Introversion is not shy. Extroversion is not confidence. These are mostly about where you get your energy. Extroverts tend to feel more energized by stimulation, people, activity, novelty. Introverts often enjoy people too, but they recharge in lower stimulation environments. Carl Jung, who popularized these terms, described introversion as an orientation toward the inner world, toward reflection and internal experience. So if home feels like a charger cable for your brain, you might simply have an introvert-leaning system. Not better, not worse, just different. Now here's a concept that makes home lovers feel extremely seen: optimal arousal theory. Basically, humans perform best at a certain level of stimulation, not too low, not too high. There's a classic idea in psychology called the Yerkes-Dodson law, which shows an inverted U relationship between arousal and performance. Too little stimulation, you feel bored. Too much, you feel stressed. But in the middle, you thrive. For some people, going out pushes them past their sweet spot. It's not that they're weak, it's that their system hits overload faster. Noise, traffic, social cues, crowded spaces, unpredictable conversations. Home sits right inside their optimal zone. And when you're in your optimal zone, you're not just calmer, you're more yourself. Let's get a little deeper. Nervous system wiring. Some people have nervous systems that are more sensitive to stimulation. They notice more, they process more. Their brain doesn't filter as aggressively. So when they're out in the world, they're taking in tones of voice, facial expressions, background sounds, social expectations. Am I standing weird? Was that joke too much? Do I look awkward holding this drink? That's not overthinking for fun. That's mental workload. At home, the nervous system often shifts into a more regulated state, especially the parasympathetic rest and digest mode. And psychologist Stephen Porges, known for polyvagal theory, has a line that people love because it's so simple. Safety is the treatment. For many homebodies, home equals safety, and safety is where your brain finally stops scanning for threats. Now, let's be real. Sometimes staying home is not just preference, it's about control. Outside your home, there's uncertainty. Unexpected people, unexpected conversations, unexpected judgments, unexpected sensory chaos. Inside your home, you control your environment, and control reduces anxiety. Psychologist William James famously said, "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another." But sometimes it's not just thoughts, it's settings. And Abraham Maslow put it bluntly, in any given moment we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Staying home can be stepping back into safety, and that's not always bad. Sometimes it's recovery, sometimes it's stabilization. The key question is, does home help you reset or does it slowly shrink your life? We'll get to that.
Here's the part people don't talk about enough. Staying home often supports creativity. When you're alone, your brain gets access to something powerful, the default mode network, that mental state linked to reflection, imagination, memory, meaning-making. This is why your best ideas show up in the shower, on a quiet walk, or at 1 a.m. in your room. Psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott emphasized the importance of being able to be alone, because it's where we integrate our experiences and feel real inside ourselves. Solitude can be emotional processing, creative incubation, nervous system regulation, identity building. Some people aren't hiding at home, they're building something, even if that something is just their sense of peace. Now let's talk about the real villain, performative living. There's this unspoken pressure to constantly prove you're having a life. Always out, always booked, always making moves, always posting evidence. And if you're home on a Friday night, it's like you're expected to apologize for it. But rest isn't a character flaw. Sometimes the culture confuses stillness with laziness, quiet with emptiness, solitude with failure. And it creates this fake productivity mindset where even your fun has to look impressive. Loving home can be a rebellion against that, a quiet way of saying, I don't want a busy life, I want a good one. Okay, here's the line we have to draw carefully. Healthy solitude is when you're alone and it nourishes you. Unhealthy isolation is when you're alone and it drains you but you can't stop. A simple check-in. When you stay home, do you feel more grounded and clear afterward? Healthy solitude. Or more numb, anxious, and disconnected afterward? Possible isolation. Healthy solitude still includes connection, just on your terms. One close friend instead of a crowd, texting instead of parties, short hangouts instead of marathon social days. Isolation often comes with avoidance, dread, and a shrinking comfort zone. And quick note, if you feel stuck in isolation, you're not broken. It can be anxiety, depression, burnout, grief, or nervous system shutdown, and it's worth reaching out to someone qualified. Here's the most freeing part. You don't need to justify your personality. If home is where you feel most regulated, most creative, most yourself, own that. The goal isn't to become someone who loves clubs if you hate them. The goal is to build a life that fits your psychology. Self-acceptance doesn't mean never challenging yourself. It means your growth comes from a place of respect, not self-hate. You can be a homebody and still be ambitious, social in smaller doses, emotionally deep, successful, fun, interesting. You are not behind in life because your favorite place has a lock and a couch. So here's what I want to ask you. Do you love staying at home because it recharges you, or because the outside world feels like too much lately? Drop a comment, home is my reset, or home is my hiding. No judgment, just honesty. And if this video made you feel understood, hit like, subscribe, and share it with the friend who always cancels plans and then feels guilty about it. One more thing, next time you choose a quiet night in, try not to call it doing nothing. Sometimes staying home is exactly what your mind has been asking for.